who has served this country well. I would like to thank the Coast Guard for their beautiful flower over. Before I get started, I'd like to recognize the career war veteran. Will you stand up? Please give a round of applause. And thank you for your service. I am Robert Dembo, Director of the Mayor Office of Veteran and Military Affairs, and I want to thank all of you for attending today's celebration. And we welcome our elected officials who are here today. I am honored to introduce our MC for today's ceremony. We recognize this man who was in television. Vietnam veteran who served in the Marine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Bill Pazat to the podium.
Thank you very much, Robert. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to my fellow veterans. How are you? All right. My first duty today is to call for the posting of the colors by the Royal High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC. That will be followed directly by the national anthem performed by Ms. Renee Richardson from the Houston Grand Opera, the Pledge of Allegiance led by Korean War veteran Mr. Robert Mitchell, and our invocation this morning by Chaplain Alan T. Perkins. Post the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
Good morning. If you would, prepare yourself for prayer according to your custom. Holy Lord, God, that each of us worship in our own way, we ask you to be with us today. We are thankful and happy to have our veterans, our warriors who return to us. We are thankful for their return, for their lives, for their service. We are thankful for their families. And we ask you to be with us today to teach us to be thankful and humble. Amen.
Please be seated. I want to thank all the participants who volunteered to make this patriotic moment special. The Royal High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC did a wonderful job. Ms. Renee Richardson, Mr. Robert Mitchell, and Chaplain Allen. It's an honor to be with you on this Veterans Day. As you've heard, I am a Vietnam veteran and proud to have served our country in Vietnam. Today we recognize and appreciate veterans of all our wars and also their families for their sacrifices. My father was a Korean War veteran. He landed at Incheon in September of 1950, fought his way out with the 1st Marine Division from the Chosin Reservoir in December of 1950. We lost my dad last December at the age of 94, 1 week after his birthday. He was such a proud Korean War veteran. He turned 21 years old when he was in in Korea. I turned 21 also when I was in Vietnam. And my dad read me a letter, and with your indulgence, I'm just going to read a portion of it to you. Kept it all these years, never shared it. September 6th, 1968. Happy birthday, my son. It doesn't seem possible to think that you are 21. You were a little over 3.5 years old when I was on my way across the Pacific to Korea, and only God knew what else. That I wrote a letter to you to be given to you today in the event that I was killed in action. In this letter, I try to foretell what your life would have been and what I would have wished for you. It never dawned on me to think that you would be far from home fighting for your country and for the goodness of man against the forces that seem always in opposition to the good things that come only through law and order. Least of all did I imagine that you would be in the same part of the world and in the same outfit that I love so much. You have only a short, just one more paragraph. You have only a short time to go. Make the most of this time, fully confident that you will come home to us safe and sound. Don't worry about anything any more than necessary to see the job done. Again, happy birthday and many hugs and kisses from all of us, Dad. My dad was wounded in Korea. Thank you. Medevac to the Naval Hospital in Corpus Christi, Texas, and then discharged. But he, like every Marine I have ever met, and every soldier, and airman, and sailor that I have ever met, have all said, and back me up on this, if you will, if we had it to do all over again, we would do it in a heartbeat. I'd like to introduce several special guests with us and ask that you stand as they are introduced, and please hold your applause until they've been recognized. Just before I do that, please allow me to acknowledge the parade sponsors for today: HCA Houston Healthcare, Republic Services, Chevron, McDonald's Houston, and CenterPoint Energy. In case I was misunderstood, I was just asking that those who are introduced stand, not all of us. Let's begin with our magnificent mayor, Sylvester Turner, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, Congressman Al Green, Congressman-elect Wesley Hunt, State Representative Jarvis, Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia, State Representative Jarvis Johnson, Representative Penny Morales, Representative Alma Allen and Dr. Patricia Allen, Representative Anna Hernandez, Representative Ron Reynolds, Representative Sean Thierry, Cheryl Taylor, Councilmember Huffman, Councilmember Knox, former Councilmember Jack Christie, Councilmember Cisneros, Councilmember Peck, Councilmember Pollard, Councilmember Sally Alcorn, Councilmember Kamen, Councilmember, I've already just mentioned Pollard, County Commissioner Adrian Garcia. Also here today, Mathieu Rouleau, Vice Consul, Pierre Grosdieri, French and Texas Representative, and Aurora Muth, Executive Assistant to the Coast Guard. Now we can give them all a big round of applause. I said that Aurora was Executive Assistant to the Coast Guard because it only says CG there, and my Marine brain goes immediately to Coast Guard. Now, to begin our program today, please welcome Raquel "The Truth" Segura. Ms. Segura is a poet, a United States Air Force and National Guard veteran, and a former City of Houston Poet Laureate. Raquel?
Hello, everyone. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean's wide foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you. Do you understand what it took to be all that they could be? To travel to foreign lands to protect this great country, to lend the helping hand to others that would be in need. The courage in the face of the unknown. Children became soldiers with songs in their hearts so strong that it spoke past their fear. The protectors of a nation, on ground, by sea, in the air, the bravery that had to exist for us to even be here. To fight in a war, sometimes not even their own, but when you become a soldier, it's what you sign up for. The sacrifice. The you lead and train, I'll follow and I'll execute the plan for a better tomorrow. In some cases, laying down my own life. Some go in but don't come back. That's sacrifice. At the heart of a conflict, fighting just to make it right. America is like the big brothers, protecting and guiding, being the strength when others fall weak, being the driving force to fight for peace. Do you know and understand what it takes to be a veteran? The things that were seen, the memories, the journey, the bonds that were created, leaving the only family you've ever known to build a new one. Ones that you will carry with you for the rest of your days, the selflessness, the survival, the service, the drive on those days when giving up was in full view, but never truly an option because we pushed through. Some will never fully understand what was required of you, what you had to do. But from one vet to another, I see you and I salute you. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you, guys. Happy Veterans Day to all my veterans. God bless you.
Beautiful, Raquel. Thank you so much. Invariably, when I get a list of distinguished guests today, I don't have them all, but I have them all now. Council members Jackson, Tatum, Robinson, Shabazz, and State Representative Jolanda Jones. Round of applause for them as well, please. Our next speaker was right here last Monday. He had promised a World Series championship at the State of the City address, and boy, did he keep his promise. My honor now to introduce the leader of this amazing, beautiful city. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Look, let me start off by thanking Bill Biasa. He has been here almost every single year, and I want to thank him for his service in the military. But at the same time, I'm so glad he shared a part of the letter that his father wrote to him. So today we honor his father, and we honor and we recognize and pay tribute to the values and the message that his father gave to the son. Please give it up to Bill Biasa. Look, for those of you on this Veterans Day right now, if you feel a little warm, just stick around. In a matter of hours, the weather will change. And so if you like the warm weather like I do, we shall cherish it for this moment. If you like the cold weather, then come back tomorrow wherever you are, and I'm sure it will find you. Look, thank you for being here this morning, all of you. I know this has been a very busy week for those of us in the Houston-Harris County region. Big parade on Monday, but at the same time, this is a big parade for big reasons on today. And so no less important than what we celebrated on Monday. And in fact, it's even more important that we take the time and honor our veterans. So I want to thank all of you who are here, for all of the elected officials who are present, the council generals that are present with us this morning, for sharing this very special day with one another. We stand here today to honor the brave men and women who have served our country and fought for our liberty and freedom. And thank you to the veterans that are here with us as we have a special commemoration of the 104th anniversary of the signing of the World War I Armistice, signaling the end of the First World War. Our veterans served in every branch of the military, in every era, during peace and during war. They contribute to our community at every level in the private and public sectors. We just had some elections on Tuesday. Let me say, but for our veterans, we would not have been able to have those type of elections in our country. So we thank them. And the reality is that both Republicans and Democrats and independents owe it to those who have fought to give us the freedom to come together to exercise our democracy. So give it up to these veterans one more time. Houston is the proud home of well over 300,000 veterans and their families, and is the second largest population of veterans in the entire United States. Due to the Houston's area's robust veteran population, Houston has been ranked by the PenFed Foundation and the Edelman Data and Intelligence as number 5 among the best metro areas for veteran entrepreneurs. Yeah, give it up to Houston. And that's up from number 12 in 2021. So we are moving in the right direction. I'm confident that by next year, our place on that list will be even higher. The study cites Houston's economic growth, support for veterans, strong employment, and low unemployment rate among veterans. The members we honor today come from all walks of life, but share several fundamental qualities. They possess courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity, all the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. We honor you for that service today. Many didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they love fighting. They were called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They are ordinary people doing some extraordinary things who respond in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rise to the nation's call because they want to protect a nation which has given them, us, so much. We honor you for that service today. The pride you have in our country, we do know. The rights that you protect, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, we do know. The freedom we enjoy to worship, to educate our children, to gather here together today, we do know. We honor you for your service today because we know that the privileges we enjoy them. We would not be able to enjoy them without your valor and your sacrifice. And we thank you and your family, friends, and citizens that have joined us to be with us today, honoring all that have served. It is my pleasure to welcome you to City Hall one more time. And it is my hope that next year, that this celebration will be even bigger and grander, and that we will, as we celebrate our Astros again next year, let us also bear in mind that there is no sporting event and no political event that is more important than celebrating our veterans. And hopefully we will demonstrate that next year. It is my pleasure. It is my pleasure as the mayor of the greatest city in the United States, and I say that in the humblest way I know how, to introduce to you our keynote speaker of the day. But I do first want to take the time to thank all of our elected officials, city council members, and state representatives, and county officials, people at the state level, our congressional delegation, all of them for taking their time to be here this morning. Now let me introduce to you our keynote speaker of the day. This gentleman served with distinction in the United States Air Force for 29 years, primarily as an F-16 pilot and instructor. He served 2 years with the United States Army as an air liaison officer and in ground combat with the U.S. 1 Army Armored Division in Operation Desert Storm. Additionally, his career included command of a Republic of Singapore fighter squadron and as a professor of strategy at the United States Naval War College. He served in the Pacific, European, and Southwest Asian theaters, including combat in both the air and the ground. Colonel Lewis retired in 2009 with his last assignment as the commander of Air Force ROTC Detachment 820 at Texas Tech. Currently, sir, he serves as the director of the Veteran Service Department for Harris County. Please welcome to the stage as the keynote speaker of this morning, Colonel retired Dave Lewis. And as he comes in before he speaks, let me present this proclamation to him, and will all of the city council members now join me up front. America is a land of freedom, preserved and protected willingly and freely by citizen soldiers. Millions have answered the call to arms and have served and sacrificed to preserve the freedom and values that Americans cherish. November 11, 2022, will commemorate the anniversary of the first presidential proclamation to establish an official day of remembrance for the armistice of World War I. Since the official recognition of the Armistice Day nearly 9 decades ago, the United States has continued to flourish as a free nation, ever mindful of the blessings of liberty and peace secured by our dedicated service of men and women, which must be cherished and preserved by future generations. Our nation acknowledges the price of war and the debt owed to those who have served and sacrificed on the field of battle. On November 11, 2022, the annual Veterans Day observance will honor our nation's valiant veterans and pay tribute to the brave men and women who have served our country with honor. This is especially important this year, with men and women in harm's way on behalf of our nations around the world. The city of Houston recognizes the significance and lasting contribution of our armed force veterans, appreciate their courage and dedication, and extends best wishes to all for a meaningful Veterans Day. So therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proudly proclaim November 11, 2022 as Veterans Day in the city of Houston and present this proclamation to you in honor of all veterans who have served. Thank you so very much. Yeah, let's do that. In fact, if I can ask all of you, if all the elected officials were gone, Yolanda, Adrian.
Thank you. Wow. I'm not sure I know what to say. What a great day, and what an awesome honor. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, City Council, for your kind words and your proclamation. Congresswoman Jackson Lee, Congressman Green, Congresswoman Garcia, Mr. Mayor, Congressman-elect Hunt, distinguished guests, and of course, my boss, Commissioner Adrian Garcia. What a great week, huh? Yeah? In this last week, we won a World Series championship. We had an amazing parade, had a major election, Marine Corps birthday. That's right, Devil Dogs, come on. There we go. And now we have Veterans Day today. We live in an amazing country and an incredible city. To my brothers and sisters in arms, happy Veterans Day, or Devil Dog Recovery and Rehydrate Day for some of you. What an honor for me to stand before you. We are blessed to live in a city and a county that is filled with wonderful opportunities in a region that both loves and supports their veterans. And speaking of that, before I go too far, how about a tip of the hat to an amazing Marine Corps veteran, Dusty Baker? Huh? I think maybe after they win the World Series next year, maybe we can get him up on the steps with us next year. What do you think? I want to take a moment to highlight an amazing team that I'm blessed to lead, and they're hiding way back there in the back, but I'd certainly like them to all stand up. The Harris County Veteran Services Department. Please stand and be recognized. Awesome. And they got a table back there, like that commercial, never not working, never not working. They're out there doing it. We, in conjunction with our colleagues in the Mayor's Office of Military and Veterans Affairs, are here to provide any and all assistance to you and your family members in making your post-military life successful, whether it's claims and benefits, emergency financial assistance, or face-to-face assistance for those who are struggling. In fact, our mission statement is a very simple one. It's 3 words: every veteran succeeds. And this is an area in a city, in a county, where every veteran can succeed. And the good news is you get to define what success means. To our veterans of the Korean War, sometimes called the Forgotten War, you are not forgotten. We stand on your shoulders and remember the sacrifices you made. To my brothers and sisters of the Vietnam War, welcome home. There was a time in our country when those words weren't said, but let me say it again: welcome home. You may have noticed several county buildings illuminated with green light over the past few evenings. Operation Green Light is a nationwide initiative to let you know we are always here to support you. Green means go, and we're here to help you go. This is a special day for us that wore the uniform, but I would be remiss if I didn't take time for another special group, and that's our families. You gave us your most precious assets, your sons and daughters, your husbands and wives, and in some cases, your mom and dad. You sacrificed along with your veteran, and while we don't set aside a special day for you, I want to make sure you are recognized today as well. So our family members. But today, I want to make an important point to our community. Your United States military has been in combat every day since January 17th, 1991. That's 31 years, 9 months, and 26 days that we have borne the burden, and many of our comrades who gave the last full measure. They are not forgotten. We volunteered and we served because we believe in our country and we believe in our institutions. We swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution, not just to a piece of paper, but to the concepts, rights, and responsibilities inscribed on that noble document. I should also note we do not swear an oath to any individual. Now, I put my hand in the air for the first time at age 17, and I had no idea what I was getting into. My father had to sign on my behalf. It was not a pretty time in our country, and we were turning our backs on many of those who served in and returned from Vietnam, an unpopular war. But I stuck with it anyway. My fear is that we could return to those times and those sentiments. Fewer than 1% of our population serves on active duty today. Just over 5% have ever served in the military. We must pay attention to an ever-widening civil-military divide. Public trust in the military is on the decline, according to many polls. Now, I told you that I had no idea what I was doing when I joined, but I sensed opportunity. And somebody else used that word today, and I see it emblazoned inside City Hall today about opportunity. Right? And boy, did I get plenty of opportunity over the next 33 years. I served in some pretty small and austere locations during my time. Enid, Oklahoma, Del Rio, Texas, Sumter, South Carolina, Kunsan, Korea, Clovis, New Mexico. I was kind of a personnel poster child, as it turned out. But I stuck around in the military because of the people and the mission. Always the people, always the mission. I was blessed to serve with, work for, and lead so many great young Americans. Those great Americans who serve are still great when they come home again. They make great students, great employees, great community leaders. They form amazing teams. They get the job done. Give them a chance to amaze you. Now, I told you Harris County VSD can assist veterans with their disability claims, but here's a little secret. We don't focus on the disability. We focus on the ability. Let me tell you about those abilities that you get when you give a veteran a chance. Responsibility. You can trust us. Dependability. We show up on time, ready to accomplish your mission. Accountability. No one holds themselves more accountable than my brothers and sisters in arms. And adaptability. You see, we know a few things because we've done a few things. Uncle Sam trained us well. Your tax dollars made a serious investment in the men and women you see here today. Only a foolish community would not reap the benefits of that investment. So today, let us reaffirm our commitment to the ideals that built our great nation. I'm thankful for all the organizations, many of which are represented here today, that continue to educate and grow succeeding generations who will be called upon to serve our country in conflicts yet to come. Those who have borne the battle pray for the end of all wars, but we must prepare to fight them nonetheless. So to my brothers and sisters in arms, thank you for your service. Thank you for your commitment to continue our legacy of selfless sacrifice. May God continue to bless our great nation. May God bless the state of Texas, and God bless the great city of Houston, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Colonel Lewis, thank you so much for your many years of dedicated service. Thank you also for all you're doing for our veterans here in Houston. Now please welcome Ms. Renee Richardson from the Houston Grand Ole once again, and this time to sing America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber grays of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Renee. In 20 years of emceeing this event, one of the things that always has impressed me the most is the dedication, the support of our congressional delegation for veterans. And that includes, at the very top of the list today, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
God bless America from sea to shining sea. Why don't we thank our beautiful songstress from the Houston Grand Opera again for her outstanding and powerful rendition. Let me also acknowledge our elected officials. As we would say, protocol has been established. And let me also acknowledge Chief Pena and Chief Finner, Chief of the Fire Department and Chief of the Houston Police Department, who also stand in the gap. I'm honored and privileged to be here, and I thank our poet, a veteran herself, who reminds us that we are in fact the big brothers of the nation and the big brothers of the world, those who serve in the United States military. Give yourselves a shout out as loud as you possibly can. And so as we are reminded, as everyone has said, that we started out with a grand week and the celebration, Mayor, and your promise kept in this great and beautiful city with the beautiful skies that we are eager to see. We started out on a grand and wonderful beginning, but no one would ever compare the moment we stand here today around the world as the flags were placed and recognized around the world in places where our soldiers serve, that veterans should be honored every single day. And I know my fellow congressional members who will come before you will reinforce that, and we will say thank you to the United States Army. Thank you to the United States Marine Corps. Thank you to the Navy. Thank you to the Air Force. Thank you to the Coast Guard. And we won't forget the Merchant Marines. Thank you over and over again. I know that every day as we are in the United States Congress, we see the words, "In God we trust." Those words will have no meaning without those of you who unselfishly put on the uniform. Colonel Dave Lewis, we will continue to work with our young people to encourage them to understand how important it is to choose the United States military. I want to congratulate Groves Elementary School in my new district, who celebrated Veterans Today. Klein ISD, who celebrated Veterans Today. Texas Southern University, who celebrated Veterans Today. We must get them to understand, or those who are trying to attain a position in the military academies, celebrate them for understanding the honor, the sacredness, the solemnness of serving in the United States military. Today I want to take a moment to honor those brave men and those women who served as nurses in the Korean War. Not a conflict, but a war. A war where blood was shed, lives lost in the thousands upon thousands. In Icon, Heartbreak Ridge, Pork Chop Hill, the Korean War was a fight for democracy. And as I was able to visit on behalf of this nation to the DMZ, in that little line between North and South Korea, as I saw the soldiers standing stoic, brave, reminded me of dangers that we do not know. And for those of you who know that little space, that DMZ, that little house that stands there, where it is where the armistice, so-called, I say the end of a war for that moment, the Korean War. And I was able to watch and look at those North Korean soldiers peer in there and try to stare us down, as they've always done. We should never yield to North Korea. It was a war. Our soldiers shed their blood, and we must stand up against a nuclear North Korea. It was a war, and we must stand until peace is final. I promise you, as a member of the United States Congress, we will continue that fight. And then let me say that we were excited to recognize that post-traumatic stress disorder is not something to be disregarded. And every year I continue to place more funding to ensure that those who even are diagnosed way years later have the resources to confront the demons of war. Bill Baassa, let me thank you for your service in Vietnam. What an emotional and moving letter from a dad who served in the Korean War. I leave you with simply the story of my friend, former colleague of the United States Congress, Charlie Rangel. He, among others, served in the Korean War. He would tell us on the floor of the House, or when we sat next to him, listening to that war. And I want to tell you, there were no braver men and women. As we know, war is hell. In this instance, he would tell us about the bitter cold, the snow that was just unbelievable. It wasn't the fun snow of skiing. It was a vicious snow. Told us about the ditch where how many of our soldiers would die, and how the North Korean soldiers would keep on going, or the Korean soldiers would keep on going. But yet our brave men and women, the nurses and then the men that fought the battle, they stood in the gap. And I am so glad to say that it was a war. And had it not been for them who withstood the bitter cold, withstood the desperate marches, and the freezing experiences in the midst of war as bloodshed, we would not be standing here today. To each and every one of you who've had your war, from countless wars, your families from World War I and II in Vietnam, and wars beyond, we know Iraq and enduring freedom, we know that in between those conflicts were truly wars, because if blood was shed, it was a war. I rise to thank you today. I rise to honor you today. And I rise to say every moment in Washington, we'll keep remembering who you are. Grateful that we finally listened on Agent Orange and the burnt pits. We'll keep listening, keep standing, and keep winning with you veterans who have served us so ably, so proudly in the United States military. May God continue to bless you as he blessed this nation. God bless us from sea to shining sea. Thank you all so very much. It is my privilege now to ask that a very dear person on this program, Korean War vet, Mr. Robert Mitchell. Mr. Robert Mitchell, would you come up, please? And if you are a Korean War vet and you can stand, would you please stand wherever you are? Let us give them, let our voices, if you're able to move up these steps, but if not, let's just, that's not loud enough. That's not loud enough. We need some screaming. That's not loud enough. You can keep screaming and keep shouting. These are unbelievable men. Unbelievable. God bless you. So in tribute to these fine and grand men, I present to you, who gave us that beautiful Pledge of Allegiance, the recognition of the Korean War vets. Let me hand that to you, and a flag that has been flown over the United States Capitol to honor you and to honor the vets. And was I right? Was it bitter cold? He said it was bitter cold, and I want him to know we can't feel it, but we can imagine it. May I present this to you, please? 92 years ago. Would you just stand? Would my colleagues please come and join us? We can do it. Don't get up with this. Korean War vet, Mayor, would you come? Congress people, would you come? so that we can do this. And we will likewise, Colonel, would you please come and receive this as well? And would you hold that just for you? Okay. All right. Sir.
Thank you very much, Congresswoman Lee. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congresswoman Garcia. Sylvia Garcia. You need this a little higher?
Thank you so much, Alan, to all the platform guests, mayor, members of Congress, everyone. Thank you for being here today. And to all the veterans, thank you. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias por todo su servicio. Thank you so much for all you've done. And there's no better example as to why it's important that we continue supporting our veterans, that we continue helping everyone in the military service. I serve on the Armed Services Committee. That's the group that decides all the money that goes to all the defense and all the military. I don't have oversight over veterans, but we work closely with them. And let me assure you that there's no more important role for the United States Congress but to make sure that our veterans are taken care of. Just as they say, you leave no soldier behind, we will leave no veteran behind. We will be with you. So I'm going to keep it real plain and simple. You can count on me in Congress to continue the fight. Regretfully, I have a flight to catch to go home for a special family event. So I'm going to cut everything short, but I know that's going to get the biggest applause because you're anxious to start the parade, right? So I'm being very brief. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Congresswoman Garcia. Now please welcome a person who is no stranger to this event, here every year, faithfully, Congressman Al Green.
Thank you. Friends, I love my country. And I believe that we are here today with people of goodwill who love the United States of America. And I believe that if you love your country and you know it, there are times to stand up and show it. So on this occasion, I'm just going to ask if you would simply give a big Houston show of love for the United States of America. Would you do this for me? Houston style, Houston style. Now, Mayor and Colonel, that was good, but that was Dallas-Fort Worth. Let's make it a Houston style this time. Let's hear it for the United States of America, the greatest country on the planet Earth. Yes, that's Houston style. Thank you. I promise to be pithy and concise. My words are these. I just celebrated my 25th birthday for the third time. When I was a much younger man, I thought that if we left the world alone, Colonel, the world would leave us alone. I now understand otherwise. There are the Putins of the world who will invade a country and defy the world to step in the way. Friends, make no mistake about it. We need a strong military. We need a strong military. And make no mistake about it, the front line of American democracy is not within the borders. The front line of American democracy is somewhere beyond the borders, somewhere in a place where those men and women are putting their lives on the line. The front line of American democracy allows us to sleep well at night. So sleep well tonight, knowing that there are airmen in the sky. Sleep well tonight, knowing that there are sailors on the sea. Sleep well tonight, knowing that there are soldiers on the land. Sleep well tonight, my brothers and sisters, knowing that there are leathernecks prepared to die. Sleep well. Sleep well.
Thank you, Congressman Green, and welcome to 75. We're counting down to the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And as we do, please welcome Mr. Kelly Fair, who's going to perform a medley of military songs for us. I'm thinking our timing is going to work out perfectly here if we get this done promptly. We're going to have a 21-gun salute by Company A, 13th U.S. Infantry. Then taps will be performed by Captain Daniel Groth and Sergeant Nick Miller, followed by a moment of silence. Yes, please stand.
Hey! Fire!
Great. Yeah. No. You're gonna reload.
Ready! Hey! Fire! Ready! Hey! Fire! Fire! Shoulder! Fire! Freeze and fire!
Please remain standing for a moment of silence here at the 11th hour, the 11th day, the 11th month.
Good afternoon. Before I give the benediction, I want to take a moment to thank the individual who arranged for me to sit next to Mr. Mitchell, who shared with me that he arrived in Korea 70 years ago as a young Marine. 70 years ago. He's 92 years old. And he still goes to the gym to work out to stay in shape. This Air Force veteran is very impressed. Please bow your heads with me. Dear Lord, we hope and pray that we have honored our veterans today. Worthy men and women who have given their best when when they were called upon to serve and to protect their country. We pray that you will continue to bless and watch over them, and we ask all these things in your holy name. Amen.
Our Korean War veteran was in Baker Company 17. My dad was in Able Company 17. They no doubt ran into one another. Thank you for what you guys went through. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you so much for coming out. And please stay for the parade that begins at 11:30. If you're in the parade, we ask that you please proceed to the staging area. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless America. God bless our veterans.
She's already lost.
just turning the corner at Smith and Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Houston Police Department. This is our pace car. I've asked him to see if he could go 45 miles an hour. He said no. He said Buddy Grantham just got his star with the Texas State Guard. He said keep it at 5 miles an hour. Give him a round of applause as they kick things off. And as they serve and protect. That is Assistant Chief Patty Cantu. That's right. Let a whoop whoop. Keeping the pace is our HPD Honor Guard as they are escorted by two of the officers on four-wheelers. I know a lot of you more seasoned veterans and patriots remember the three-wheelers that used to escort down the parade route. This is our 81st year of saluting our veterans in an organized fashion with the city of Houston. Cheer them on as they come with the colors. Thank you, officers. Chief Roberts waving to you from the white pace car vehicle right there. Give him a wave, give him a tag on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, you veterans, you're already in your head when you hear it, you see them walk. Your left, right. You already know. Okay, remember I said we were going to learn some things as they come through. This is the M3 half track. The driver is Jim Grass. These were designed in World War II, and they've had tons of different variants throughout the years. They've served in many foreign countries throughout the year of 2000. The half track has served us well, followed by the Slamback, driven by Will Scott. This one's from 1984. They do not have locks on the door. You've got to lock it on the wheel. Over 20 different variants of the Humvee. The MRAP, commonly referred to as the MRAP, driven by Ramon Garza of BAE Systems. This was an upgrade for the Canaan 1. Followed by the M1161, the Prowler. Justin Boat driving that one. Followed by the troop carrier, Ray Marino. This M98 troop carrier built in 2002. Oh, you hear them. It's Westbury High School. Cheer them on. Thank you, 84. Again, their slogan is courage, commitment, and compassion. We're followed up by the city of Houston, still serving after service. Notice they have 6 branches. They've recently added the Space Force. These men and women have also served in uniform. They're continuing to serve in the community. Dr. Chandra Jones in the red hat just recently her 247th birthday. Devil Dogs. Houston Public Works pulling the rest of the crew.
Let's go, Houston, let's go! Thank you for your support, shout to all the veterans! Come on! What he say? Come on!
You're playing the Texas Lone Star chapter of the 82nd Airborne Division. Oh, you hear them. That's the Army JROTC. West side, on out.
What I've been told! Looking good!
Thank you, West Side High School Army JROTC.
West Side!
Proud parents in the back.
West Side! West Side!
And in the vehicles that the CIA or the FBI would be proud of, this is the Georgia Union Station. They're throwing out some candy. Make sure you get a good, oh, what is that? Get some length on it. Let's see it. I want you to see it throw. There you go. As you guys take the candy, quick steps. Parents, be mindful of those little legs that jump out with these little pieces of candy. This is housing for Houston veterans. Again, this is George at Union Station. Post 324, Jersey Village, Texas. American Legion doing great things in the community. They've got their high water vehicle as well. The American Legion has been serving our country and our community for decades. This is the Jeremy E. Ray. Post 324, Jersey Village. Oh, they're an excited group too. So we should throw candy back at them. Oh, catch it! There's a gap, but you can hear it coming. It's the Lamar brand, Houston, Texas. They look like Cubans, but ladies and gentlemen, those are Simpson phones. Stepping up in bright orange, HCA Houston Healthcare, saluting America's hero, Aaron Vaughn. Here this year's parade, their colleagues and family members associate patients that have served in the greater U.S. of A. And you guys got the memo. You put Space Force on as one of your veterans. Thank you so much. Who continue to serve beyond their military duty. Oh, wrap it up. Special Forces Association, Chapter 39. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. These are the guys that sneak in and sneak out. You never know they were there. But today they're riding in a Toyota. Texas Color Guard representing the U.S. and Texas flags along with the BMW post 8790. Where's Hector at? Hey! Oh, kisses from the truck. I love it. There we go. Good to see you, brother. BMW post 8790. Thank you to you and the commander. Now, a few of these men and ladies as they go through support different community has been revitalizing the BMW post, supporting World War II, Korean, Vietnam veterans, and post 9/11 veterans. BMW post 8790. Thank you, Elvis. Overall, you get a early college in Kingsville. I had to look it up. Kingsville actually is Texas. And you their ROTCs proudly stepping it out. Bravo companies. Oh, that famous that we heard about in basic training. Fully packed and stacked today as they have Marine and an Army guys saluting. Thank you guys. Waving it strong. The National Sojourners bring it up Houston Chapter 513, followed by William P. Clements, the Navy JROTC out of Sugar Land, Texas.
Right,
Texas, Windmill Lakes, Orem High School. Their motto, others before self. Cheer them on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to our parade sponsors for public services. Give them a round of applause. Get the Disney wave down. Come on, let's see it there. Oh, see, he knew what was going on. Thank you for public services. I don't know if she said Tommy or call me, but he came to either one. Yeah, there it is. They're followed by the Army, JROTC 11th Battalion of the Margaret Wisdom High School. Starlet's dance team, followed by the JROTC. The band is led by Mr. Waxler. The dance team by Ms. Witter, and the JROTC is led by Major Retired Adrian Corona and Sergeant First Class Trent Conroy. Thank you, Starlets. Oh, the proud director. She smiles. She's like, great job, ladies. Well, here are some of the vehicles I promised you. They are no longer in commission in the military and cannot be purchased. These are classics. These are vehicles that have served us well in combat around the world. Not only are they mobile, agile, you can work on them with a hammer, a screwdriver, and a wrench, repair, replace, and repeat. It's the 6th Gallery Historical Association. Take a snapshot or take a video. Visit them online to learn more about these historic vehicles that has helped us throughout the ages. Thank you, gentlemen. Are you shooting candy out of that? Is that what's going on today? Okay. All right. That is an impressive Jeep right there. We can use that in Houston traffic. Thank you, sir. Break in the parade as Camp Shield walks up. Maggie Peterson, one of the first C-130 loadmasters. She is a proud Air Force veteran and also the CEO of Camp Shield with her board of directors, Mel Ripley Smith. That's right, you can cheer on female veterans, women veterans. Hey, Maggie. Followed by Signal Ranch High School Cougar Stars. If you're curious, these are the award-winning Cougar Stars, founded in 1999. You can see them at pep rallies, football games, and dance competitions. And thankfully, there's not too much sun, or I'd have to borrow one of your hats. Looking good today, ladies. Chevron comes up to salute our American heroes. Chevron, Techron, one of our main sponsors on the parade. Thank you for all that you do and sponsor in the community. I don't know how they pick who gets on the float and who has to walk, but thankfully it's not too high. We do have a full crew. Waving out to the people, thank you, Chevron, the Veterans Employee Network, followed by the NJROTC from George Bush in Richmond, Texas. This is the President's Own Navy Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, and it's commanded by Cadet Commander Francis Wanye. They're being followed by GI Jeeps, and if you drive a Jeep, you know the special way and getting that special duck is all about. We got Homie leading up, Andy Payne right in the beginning. Thank you so much. This is the Veteran Jeep organization formed in 2020 to salute our heroes. I'm turning around and Elsick High School, U.S. Air Force Junior ROTC steps up from A-Leave ISD. These cadets pride themselves on Air Force core values of integrity, service, and excellence while instilling character traits of citizenship and dedication to serving and their community and nation. I think even Dimbo would say they're standing tall, looking good. That's extra sharp. Thank you, Center Point Energy. You stepped down, headquartered in Houston, Texas, employing more than 600 veterans and active reserve service members company-wide. On Veterans Day, participating in today's parade are members of Center Point Energy's Military Network Resource Group, which unites and supports the company's veterans and their families. Safety first in that bucket up there. Followed by LOTC Plummer Middle School in a round of applause as they step out for the Houston Parade to salute our heroes. Number 63, we're about halfway through with Houston Parade today. The Heights High School on the JROTC of Houston, Texas. These Bulldogs are stepping it out today. All I'm thinking is from Stripes. A boom chugga doing great. That's Army training, sir. Followed by carrying one of the nation's proud symbols, largest flags, to stretch down the city of Houston's roads. Huge salute back to the cadets. Oh, these Bulldogs are doing good today, Sergeant. These Bulldogs came out in force today, and I think they're taking up half the parade. Cheer them directly on the VA campus. Oh, it happened. Followed by McDonald's. You know that guy with the big red shoes. But McDonald's Houston is proud to be part of this year's Veterans Day Parade in the Houston community. This year marks the 20th anniversary for the Ronald McDonald shoe car, the only one of its kind. And we got a runner. You're looking over here. Hey guys, how we doing? This is the Texas Paralyzed Veterans Association. Thank you, Marie. Good to see you, Devil Dog. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your service. I'm reminding people that veterans serve in all capacities during and after. Way back there. David, way back there. David? The PBA is followed by the Blue Star Mothers of America. That's Houston's chapter. Texas #2, and a classic fire truck. Oh, I gotta know, does the gumball machine work on top? Can you guys hit the light? Does she work? Oh, you gotta fix it Army style, pound on it, right? More duct tape is needed to fix it. You heard of this morning, the Eagle 106.9 and 107.5 promoting the Houston Parade along with 93Q Country, handing out all kinds of goodies today: t-shirts, glasses, candy, and flags. We thank you for your patriotism and support of our world. You did not disappoint with your high school Army, JROTC. They're followed by their high school marching band, taking them in step. Nice Spartans, stepping it out. Let's hear that press. Sounds like my 15-year-old when I was trying to teach her how to drive. Could not get off the horn. The M-Wrap in the tan. That's one that's going to save you, and it's been built here in Sealy, Texas. Here's that tractor. When something breaks down, oh, this little doozer is going to pull them out of the fire, followed by the ambulance. They do know the police is in the parade too, right? Followed by a U.S. Coast Guard having a large presence in the greater Houston area. We are proud of our coasties and love what you do on the daily. Every 24 hours, they are saving our shorelines, making sure they are safe and secure. Thank you. Huge salute to our U.S. Coast Guard. Leading the way, it's Waltrip, JROTC, stepping it out for Houston. Their cadet battalion commander is Major Katrina Urias, and the other cadet commander is Sergeant Major Sarah Cortez. You heard him eyes right as a senior Army instructor, CW4 retired Stephen Turner, Army instructor, Sergeant First Class retired Thomas Flores, leads this group of young men and women in the streets of Houston and changing their lives. The Houston cluster of Kappa Epsilon Psi military serving the Houston and surrounding area community through partnerships with veteran organizations, other nonprofit organizations, local schools, and veterans. Thank you, ladies. And somebody has been watering their BMW. It is sprouted a nice bloom. Gentlemen, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're feasting your eyes on the Kappa Lambda Chi military fraternity. They promote fidelity, wisdom, and high ambition. The fraternity veteran and active duty military brothers span all something to throw out, let him use those Astros pitching arms and Verlander it right off to the side. Thank you for having Mercedes-Benz out in fashion today as you bring in updated and classic vehicles sporting our nation's colors. Man, that looks great, doesn't it, buddy? That is a 66 powder blue convertible Mercedes, and it looks absolutely amazing. We're starting to get a little